Greetings, everyone. Before we begin, we want to remind you that we are happy to answer some of your questions after the broadcast. So you can submit through our various social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, or comment in the YouTube chat box. And also, if you take any photos of your class tuning into Snowdesk today, feel free to share those photos using the hashtag Snowdesk2020.
Well, friends out there, welcome to this edition of Snowdesk, the show from the snow in Grand Teton National Park. That's a good jingle.
Thanks.
I'm Ranger Millie.
I'm Ranger Kristen.
And behind us is Field Ranger Lydia. You do not want to miss her because she's a real silly gal.
It's so true. We are coming to you live from the town of Moose in Grand Teton National Park in the northwest corner of Wyoming. And you can look at the map there and find the red star. That's where we are. You can also find yourself, hopefully, on that map. We know we have friends tuning in from
Pennsylvania. Which is, hi, Pennsylvania.
Hi, Pennsylvania.
Wisconsin. Wow, hello, Wisconsin.
St. George.
St. George, yeah.
Yes. And lots of other places,
It's
I'm
true.
sure, as well. So find yourself on the map and figure out where you are in relation to us.
Yeah. And as you can tell from our surroundings, it's pretty wintry out here today. You've connected with us as we sit at a desk made out of snow and a bench made out of snow, made out of 4 feet of snow. That's 4 feet right there for you.
Yeah.
So lots of snow out here. And it's pretty cold out here, I'm not going to lie.
It's legitimately cold.
It's actually cold. The temperature, I think, on our phone is broken because it said -0. I don't know if that's a
What
real
does that
temperature.
even mean?
I don't have no idea, but it's very cold out here today. And actually, January was the snowiest January for Jackson, Wyoming.
Yeah.
So way to go,
Yeah.
January. So we have lots of snow. It's really cold. And as you can tell, it's a bluebird day, which is a beautiful day. But the unfortunate part is that when it's this beautiful, it's this cold too.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a mixed bag
It
on a
really
sunny
is,
day in
yeah.
winter. So I wonder what the weather's like for all the people tuning in across the
Oh, yeah.
country. I bet there's everything from like just as wintry as us to
A little bit
tropical.
warm, yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday we Skyped in with some folks that was like 50 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was a
that's
little
not, yeah.
jealous.
I'm very jealous of that.
Well, Grand Teton National Park is one of many special places in the United States that have been set aside to be protected forever. Maybe you can think of many other special
Oh, yeah,
places,
I'm sure.
other national park units across the country. The Statue of Liberty, the Grand Canyon, Manzanar National Historic Site.
In California?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. So there's places across the country, and there's probably some place near you. And they have been set aside because they tell the story of all Americans, and they're important places that are important to people across the world. There are lots of amazing things to explore and discover and learn at a national park, and these places will always be here for you to come and enjoy. And we hope you can come visit Grand Teton in person one day. Until then, we're glad you've connected with us this way.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool way to connect. Well, you might be wondering, what is Grand Teton? So Grand Teton National Park was created to protect the beautiful mountains behind us. Look at those mountains. They're just so gorgeous. And the variety of wildlife. We have lots of big and small animals in Grand Teton. And in order to live here, they each have to find a way to survive winter. So what is winter like for everything that lives here in Grand Teton National Park? And that's a great question. Even though it's a beautiful sunny day, the days out here are actually pretty short. Days are short. The only source of light is the sun, so it's dark a lot of the time.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And food is hard to find for a lot of the animals here because it's buried underneath all the snow. Up in the mountains, the average snowfall is 400 inches. That's like the height of a 3-story building.
Wow.
So if you think of whatever building you're sitting in right now, your house or your school, how many stories is that? And compare that to the height of a 3-story building. That's how much snowfall happens up in the mountains.
That's a lot of snow.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, it is always cold.
Yep.
It has been as cold as -63 degrees Fahrenheit. That's colder than the inside of a freezer. I
Way
mean,
colder.
it's not -63 degrees right now. We would not be sitting out here if it was that
No.
temperature, but it's been that cold. And this morning it was -20, so you know,
It's cold enough.
it's cold. Yeah.
And the winter here is pretty long. It can last 6, really more like 8 months
Yeah,
of
that's
the
true.
year. So it can kind of get exhausting for the
I
wildlife.
I actually don't even remember what summer's like, or if we even have a
I
summer,
know.
to be honest.
We do, Millie. I promise we do.
Okay.
Yes. I wonder if anyone out there, now that we've described that, would want to come spend a winter in Grand Teton National Park.
I bet there's like 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 brave humans out there that want to come join us. I bet there
Probably,
are.
something like that. Now, there are some animals that are just not prepared to deal with that kind of winter here. So they deal with winter in their own ways. There's some animals, bears, for example, that sleep through the winter or hibernate. And it looks like Ranger Lydia is going to hibernate.
Yeah. I mean, that's a
Um,
good choice. I'm
yeah.
not going to lie.
That's one
Yeah.
way to deal with winter. Or there are some animals that actually move seasonally away from here in the winter. We call that migrate, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we have some animals that, oh, there she goes. She's
Bye-bye.
flying south for the winter. So that's one option. You can hibernate or migrate. But today, in today's edition of Snow Desk,
Yes.
we are not talking about those animals.
Okay.
We are talking about the animals that stay right here and tough it out all winter long.
Wow.
So what is life like for them? Well, I like to compare the life of any animal in the winter to an Olympic snowshoe racer. Because during a snowshoe race, you're out there
yeah.
just like the animals are out there all the time,
Ooh.
and you are dealing with the snow and the cold and the wind.
Oh, that's a lot to deal with. Oh, look. It looks like Ranger Lydia came back from her migration to stay here.
And she's,
Dealing with all the things.
yeah, in a snowshoe race.
Yeah, and not only are they battling the winter, but they are competing against other racers too. I don't know who Ranger Lydia is competing against, but I'm sure she's competing against someone. And animals have to survive the cold and the snow while competing for food, water, and shelter.
Yeah, and to win a race, you have to be prepared. You have to be strong and determined to win
Or survive.
or survive.
That's awesome. Yeah, and winning a gold medal is like surviving the winter, which is exactly what Ranger Lydia did. Way to go, Ranger Lydia.
Woohoo!
Round of applause for her.
But unlike Lydia here, who can go home at the end of her race,
Oh, yeah.
kick up her feet in her nice warm house and have a nice warm meal, the animals are out here braving the cold day in, day out, night in, night out.
So, Ranger Kristen,
Yes.
how can anyone or anything possibly live here in the winter? Like,
Yep.
how do they do it? Is there any hope for survival?
Well, they have a great idea.
Oh, tell me more.
They change.
Oh.
So the animals in Grand Teton National Park have to make changes or adaptations.
Wait, can I try that word out?
Yep. I wonder if our friends at home can try it out too.
Yeah, maybe they can try it out with me. Adaptations.
Adaptations.
Yeah, that's a good
You
word.
got it.
Yeah.
You got it. So they have to make changes to be able to survive in the cold and the snow, right? And they make those changes in order to survive one of the harshest winters in the world.
Wow. Okay, so animals survive the long winter by adapting in 3 different ways. And I'm going to show you some hand motions. And friends, if you are watching us out there, I would love for you to follow along with us. So animals change how they look, pose, they change where they live, put a house over your head, and they change what they eat. Nom nom nom. Go ahead and eat a snack there.
I love eating snacks. But let's think about how an animal changes the way it looks.
Tell me more.
Well, it's actually easier than you might think because that
Yeah.
sounds a little weird.
Yeah, that does sound a little weird.
But I bet many of the people tuning in today, it's winter in a lot of places in the country, right?
Yeah, of course.
And I bet a lot of them had to put on a coat if they left their house
Yeah,
or school or
for
whatever
sure.
this morning, right? And I definitely did that. In fact, I think I have like 3 coats on. Millie, how about you?
Oh, I have 500 coats on.
That's a lot of coats,
It's
Millie.
a lot of coats. I can't help it. It's cold out here.
Wow, so poofy.
It's so poofy.
So people kind of change how they look
Oh,
from
yeah.
season to season, right? By putting on coats. And sometimes that's the easiest thing for an animal to do is put on a big warm winter coat. And one animal that does this is the bison. They
Oh.
prepare for the long cold winters by growing an extra thick warm winter coat.
Check her
what?
out.
Who? What? Oh,
Ranger Lydia.
wow. She is modeling
Look at
a
that.
bison coat.
A 2020 bison coat. Check that out.
She looks very warm. In fact, I wish I had a bison coat right
I
now.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one way to do it. There's also some animals that have antlers on their heads, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking of a bull moose. They change how they look because most of the year they are carrying around this huge set of antlers on their head, right? Those antlers can weigh as much as 50 pounds.
Yeah, Ranger Lydia can't even stand up right now.
That looks pretty rough.
Yeah.
So the good news is,
Yes, tell me.
they don't want to carry that around in the winter.
Yeah, neither does Lydia.
Neither does Lydia. So they shed their antlers. So great news, you can toss off your antler.
Really?
Yeah.
Go ahead, get rid of him.
Woohoo! There it goes.
Yeah, there goes the antler.
Wow.
Look at her.
Who's so light?
I
Light as a
bet.
feather.
Yeah, she's moving a little easier now.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know
sure.
if bull moose like shed their antlers like across.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Do they grab their antlers and throw them?
That'd be awesome. I think they just fall off.
Okay,
But
that's
I
what
liked how
thought.
Lydia did it better.
Yeah.
So that's one thing you can do is just shed your antler
Dink.
for the winter and change how you look. And then this is really cool.
Yeah.
There's some animals who actually change color in the winter.
What?
Yes. Because remember, Millie, it doesn't always look like this here in Grand Teton National Park.
I don't know. You sure about that?
We actually have summer.
Okay.
Remember? And all the snow in the valley will actually melt and it'll be green and brown instead of white.
Oh, yeah. I have like
Remember?
a slight recollection of this.
Remember? Yeah.
Yes.
So if
mhm.
you're an animal that relies on camouflage to blend in with your surroundings, you're going to have to change the color of your fur from season to season.
Oh, that makes sense.
And one animal that does this is the weasel.
The weasel.
Weasels, yes. So weasels can change the color of their fur, and we actually have a couple weasel furs to show you. And I'd like to share with everybody that we're showing you some various furs today, and these are from animals that were once alive here in
Yeah.
Grand Teton National Park. Obviously are not alive anymore, but they died of natural causes,
Yep.
and we use their furs to teach people about the wildlife here.
Yeah, smart.
So you're looking at two weasels. Those are the same species of weasels, and I bet you could figure out which one is how a weasel would look like in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
It's the brown one.
Oh.
Or which one is how a weasel would look in the winter.
Wait, is it the white one?
It's the white
Oh,
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine that. So that is a really cool way
That's
to change the way you
Actually, kind of genius.
It
I'm not
is.
gonna lie. Yeah.
look. Yeah, so we just learned about a few ways that animals can change the way they look. And maybe you can think to yourself at home, if you were an animal here in Grand Teton National Park, would you rather grow a warm coat like a bison,
Mm-hmm.
shed your antlers like a moose,
Uh huh.
or change your color to camouflage
Ooh.
like a weasel?
Those are hard decisions.
It is. Yeah. but
I
they're-
bet our friends out there are probably trying to make this tough decision.
Yeah.
What would you choose?
I mean, like I said, I'm really into the idea of a warm winter coat. Right
yeah.
now.
Okay.
How about you?
I actually would want to change the color of my fur. That sounds really
It
cool.
is super cool.
To have like fun white fur in the winter, fun brown fur in the summer.
Yep.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we just learned about how animals change the way they look. Now we're going to explore the way in which animals change where they live. And this one also is pretty easy, actually.
Really?
Maybe some of you out there have had to move in your lifetimes. Maybe they've moved schools, neighborhoods, or even countries.
Yeah.
We've had to move. Kristen, where did you move from?
It's true. I moved here from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, yeah, so you've definitely moved before.
Yeah. How about you?
Oh, I actually moved from Syracuse, New York.
That is just about on the other side of the country.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when you move, you have to like pack everything and, move it away, and things are just different,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You have a new surrounding.
For sure.
Things aren't as familiar to you, and every winter some animals change where they live too.
Mhm.
Because their neighborhood just got really cold and snowy. For
Yeah.
these animals, it's all about location, location, location. And so they
Ooh, yes.
Hey, Ranger Kristen, what are you doing?
I
are you doing here?
am putting on my Hawaiian shirt because it sounds to me like we are going somewhere warm.
Sorry, friend.
No?
No, we have to stay right here. We are still talking about the
Oh.
animals that live right here in
That's
Grand Teton
right.
National Park.
Not the migrators.
Not the migrators. We are talking about
it.
the ones that live here.
Okay.
Maybe we can go on vacation some other time.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, but not right now.
All right.
Okay, so they adapted two places. They are adapted to living on top of the snow, like Ranger Lydia back there, and us, because we are expert on top of the snow livers.
That's what people
Duh.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they are adapted to living underneath the snow, which we can't really do because we
People
are way
can't
too
live
big.
under the snow. Where
Hey.
did she go?
Hey friends out there who are watching, do you see Ranger Lydia?
I don't don't know where she went.
I have no idea where she went. Well,
That's
if you see Ranger
confusing.
Lydia, let us know. I would love to just, know where she's at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope she's okay. All right. Okay.
Huh.
So, Ranger Kristen, why would an animal want to live underneath the snow?
So tell me if I'm wrong, Millie, but
Yeah.
I have heard
Yeah.
that underneath the snow, it is a constant 30 degrees, which is 30 degrees warmer than it is right now. So it's warmer underneath the snow.
That's actually very true.
Oh.
Yeah. So, do you want to go underneath the snow?
Maybe let's go.
Okay, maybe later. Okay.
Oh, maybe that's what Lydia's doing.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah. Do you have another reason an animal might want to live underneath the snow?
I mean, I would imagine if that's what Lydia's doing, she is hidden. I cannot see her. So, like, if I was a predator, she would be hidden from me, right?
It's true, because she is wearing her brown fur, so
Yep.
she's not hiding all that much right now.
No, she's
But
not
underneath the
camouflaged.
snow, she's pretty protected from predators.
Yep.
So, yeah. And another reason might be because there's food down there. All the snow is
Oh.
covering the grasses and the leaves, so she might find some food down there.
That's
okay.
true.
So animals like the pocket gopher.
Did you say pocket gopher?
Yeah, the pocket gopher have to keep moving to dig their tunnels under the snow.
I found Lydia.
Yeah, I found Lydia. She was trying to be a pocket gopher.
Now she's tunneling like a pocket gopher.
The pocket gopher's constant digging helps it stay warm under all the snow. Okay, friends out there who are watching, if you would like to stay warm just like Ranger Lydia, you can do the pocket gopher shuffle with us. So I'm going to need you to stay right where you are, and I want you to move your arms back and forth as fast as you can, and as fast as you can, and faster, faster, faster. How do you feel?
That actually warmed me up a little
Yeah,
bit.
same. I can actually feel my fingers now. That's great.
Excellent.
Yeah, so, that's a way to live
I have a
underneath the snow.
question.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So pocket gophers are pretty small.
They actually are. Yeah.
What about animals that are too big to live underneath the snow?
Oh, yeah. The animals are too big, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so many large animals have to live on top of the snow,
Yeah.
which actually comes with its own challenges.
True.
Sometimes the snow can be as deep as you are tall, like you.
Me?
And probably some friends out there.
And them?
Yeah.
That's a lot of snow.
It's quite a bit of snow. So with all the snow on the ground, animals have to adapt to living on top of the snow, and there are a few animals that do this really well. I'm thinking about the lynx. It has really big feet, so it doesn't fall through the snow. In fact, the lynx actually changes the size of its foot from season to season.
Well, that's cool.
It is really cool, and so I'll actually show you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, so stick out your hand in front of you like this and squeeze it together. So that is the size of a lynx paw in the summer. And then in the winter, it grows some fur between its toes, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh.
And that's the size of a lynx paw in the winter.
Wowzers.
And this is kind of like a snowshoe, just like Ranger Lydia's using back here.
Oh. She's
Yeah.
got snowshoes on all 4 feet.
She
like
does.
a lynx.
Like a lynx.
And it seems to be keeping her right on top of the snow.
Yeah, and it keeps her right on top of the snow. That's perfect. Yeah, so, having big paws is like having 4 snowshoes. Keeps you on top of the snow.
Mm-hmm.
And, we actually do that too.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you grow fur between your toes, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay, so neither do I.
Okay.
But we do put on snowshoes.
Oh, that's true.
And we put on skis
Yeah.
and snowboards. So
Yeah.
those are some ways that we stay on top of the snow. But sometimes we don't.
Can you
This is exactly what happens if you don't put on
look,
snowshoes.
it's like almost up to her hips.
It's literally up to and then you fall.
Oh.
Yeah. Lydia, you should put snowshoes back on.
Yeah, you're gonna want those.
You're good. Yeah, you should put your snowshoes back on because it's much easier.
That's tough.
Okay, so we changed how animals change where they live. They are adapted to life above the snow or below the snow. So friends out there, I would like you to think to yourself, would you rather be a pocket gopher that lives underneath the snow or a lynx that lives on top of the snow? Which also, again, is a hard choice.
Yeah, I can see the advantages either way.
Yeah, exactly.
But having big furry paws sounds pretty cool.
I kind of want to live underneath the snow, I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie. Yeah.
I can't blame you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've found a way to live with all the snow, but now this is my favorite part.
Ooh, tell me.
It's time to get food.
I love food. Eat. Lydia's already ready
She's
for food.
on her way to the grocery store
Yeah.
because, why not just go to the grocery store?
Yeah,
right?
duh. We do that all the time.
We do
actually.
that all the
Yeah.
time. But what if you get to the grocery store and all the shelves are bare, dusty, empty? There is no food in sight.
That is literally my worst nightmare.
It'd be awful, right?
Yeah, that's awful.
Lydia looks really sad.
She looks very sad.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what winter is like for the animals here. It's like bare shelves at the grocery store.
Oh.
There is no easy food to find. So if there's no easy food to find, you're going to have to change what you eat.
Nom, nom, nom.
So an animal that comes to mind that does this is the moose, because in the summer, the
Yeah.
moose have all sorts of nutritious and delicious green things to
Oh,
eat.
yeah, so many leaves.
Yeah,
Oh,
so many
yeah.
leaves and aquatic vegetation.
Oh,
They're like
willows
living.
for life.
So many willow leaves. But in the winter, there is nothing green.
Well,
to be
we're
seen.
green.
We are green.
Yeah, but probably not us, huh?
I hope a moose does not
Yeah,
come
okay,
and
great. Yeah,
nibble
probably
on
not us.
our
Yeah.
park ranger coats. So all that's left for them to eat is like dry tree branches.
Ugh.
It's kind of hard to imagine. Let me ask you this, Millie. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had cereal.
You had cereal.
I did have cereal.
Okay, perfect example.
With Lydia.
So you and Lydia had cereal this morning.
Yeah.
Imagine you were eating cereal. It's your favorite cereal. Life is good. All the cereal. And then the cereal runs out. There's no cereal in the box. There's no cereal to be found anywhere.
Uh-oh.
Lydia, your cereal is gone. What are you going to eat now?
No, don't
no,
do it.
No,
Oh,
that's
she ate the
cardboard.
bo-
She's eating the box.
Okay, well, now she's eating a cardboard
That's
box.
really sad.
It's very sad.
But you know, that's kind of like what happens to the moose. All the leaves are gone. All that's left is dry tree branches. And that's kind of almost like eating cardboard.
That actually doesn't sound like fun.
No,
but
that's
if
pretty
that's all you
rough.
have to eat. It's all you got to eat.
Yeah, you got to eat something.
Yeah,
and the
it's
moose
true.
make it work. It's
Yeah.
probably not their favorite thing. But
Ugh.
good news.
I'm ready.
There are some animals that actually kind of like what they get to eat. in
Oh,
winter.
yes. Okay, I'm ready for this.
Yes. So the wolverine.
What's a wolverine?
It is the largest member of the weasel family.
Oh, okay.
It lives way up in the mountains. It's super cool, and they love winter. And in the winter, they feast on frozen, dead animals buried under 7 feet of snow because they can smell 7 feet under the snow. They can smell that food.
The smelling part is really cool. The eating
Yeah.
frozen dead animals,
Not into it?
not into it as much, but
I get it.
it looks like Lydia's into it. So.
Yeah, snow's kind of like nature's freezer. Nature's cooler. What's your favorite food from the freezer?
Ice cream. Duh.
Of course,
Yeah.
ice cream.
Ice cream.
Well, Wolverine's favorite food from the freezer might be an elksicle.
Oh, no. Oh, there she goes eating it again.
gross.
Okay. Lydia, we're going to need to change your diet here, buddy.
She eats some really weird things.
She really does, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's good for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh.
I'm happy for them.
I'm happy for them too.
Yeah.
And then there's some animals that actually plan ahead so they can eat their favorite food year round.
Oh, that's my kind of animal.
Very smart.
Yeah, very smart.
And I'm thinking of a pika.
Ooh, a pika.
Pikas do that. And
Okay, but can you tell me more about a pika first, though? 'Cause-
They're so cute.
Yeah?
First of all, that's the first thing you have to know about them.
Okay, I
They're
mean,
a small member of the rabbit family that lives way up high in the mountains.
Oh, cool.
They're an alpine animal. And they like to eat grasses and flowers.
okay.
So that's what they're usually eating in the summer. Oh, look.
Like Lydia.
Like Lydia. She's got
Classic.
some flowers. But here's the thing about flowers, Lydia and pikas. Flowers don't grow in the winter. So if you want to keep eating those, what are you going to do?
I guess I'll save it.
She's going to save it. Oh, she's got a backpack.
Oh, smart.
She's
Yeah.
stashing them in the backpack.
Smart.
That
So-
works.
So wait, are you telling me that pikas have tiny backpacks where they put their flowers?
I love that idea of tiny backpacks.
Yeah.
No, pikas do
Oh,
not have
okay.
tiny backpacks, but
Okay.
they do make what we call a haystack.
Ooh.
So believe it or not, the pikas, who are the size of a hamster, can make a haystack, a pile of leaves and grasses and
Yeah,
flowers
yeah.
that is like as big as snow desk. It can be 4 feet wide.
So wait, a pika the size of a hamster
Uh-huh.
can make a haystack the size of snow dust?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I love pikas. They are cute, they are industrious, and they plan ahead.
Good for them.
Yeah, I know. Pretty cool. So now we know about how some animals change what they eat in order to survive winter. So friends back home, you can close your eyes and imagine, would you rather in the winter be eating dry tree branches,
Yeah, like a moose.
frozen dead animals.
Like a wolverine.
Or flowers that you stashed for winter.
Like a pika.
I think the choice is pretty obvious.
Wolverine.
For me. Oh, I was
no.
going to say pika, but
Okay.
you do you.
Okay, fine. Whatever. So, friends, today we have discovered some major changes or adaptations.
Adaptations.
Yep. That animals make to survive the winter in Grand Teton National Park. They change how they look, where they live, and what they eat. Nom nom. And although changes like seasonal changes happen here all the time, we as park rangers try to protect these special places from changing too much, you know? And we want these special places to be here forever. Ranger Kristen,
Yeah?
can you think of a human-caused change that would bring a negative impact to this place?
I can think of a lot of them.
Yeah?
What if we, like, polluted our water or lakes or rivers?
Yeah. So pollution.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really bad for many of our animals around here and plants, which are important to the animals. So keeping our waterways safe and clean is important. Yeah, so that's a good one. And I bet friends out there can probably think of a couple other human-caused changes that would be bad for the animals.
Yes.
So protecting national parks is a big job, and while park rangers, Kristen, Lydia, and I, and even our tech rangers, work really hard to protect these special places, sometimes our hard work is just not enough.
That's true.
And we need the help of the owners of national parks. So I wonder if my friends out there watching this broadcast know who own national parks.
I wonder.
Who do you think owns national parks?
Well, I mean, I would imagine a lot of them think that we own national
It's
parks.
true because we work here, right?
We work here.
Yes, and we have like this hat and this badge.
And the thing.
Yeah, and that's true, we do.
Yeah.
But they also own national parks.
Oh, that's right.
So everyone out there watching us right now, literally everyone owns national parks.
Super cool.
Yeah, so you and I, our friends watching, our neighbors, our parents, our children, your children.
Yeah, I have children.
And my children.
But you don't have children. They don't have children.
They probably don't have children.
I mean, at least some of them don't.
I'm going to assume some of them don't have children.
Yeah.
But if anyone ever decides to have children, they will own national parks.
Oh, you're talking about future generations.
Yeah.
I get it.
And actually, your grandchildren and your great-great-grandchildren.
Excuse me, I do not have grandkids.
It's true. Yeah. Izzy's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she probably doesn't have any children.
No.
But yeah, your grandchildren will own national parks.
Because future generations.
Because future generations. So it's
I
up
get
to
it.
all of us to protect these special places. So we challenge you to go learn more about national parks. Become a junior ranger. Go explore one. There are many national parks, over 400. There's Manzanar National Historic Site in California. There's Nicodemus National Historic Site in Kansas. There's the Statue of Liberty in New York City. There's Gates of the Arctic Park and Preserve in Alaska.
And then you could go like all the other direction to like Everglades in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here in Grand Teton?
Yeah.
Wow, your choices are literally endless. And if we add state parks,
Oh,
national forests, your backyard, your city parks,
So many places to explore.
so many places to explore. So I challenge you and your friends and family and neighbors to explore national parks and public spaces all around you. Take a field trip, explore, become a junior ranger, find your park, or encuentra tu parque. And in the words of the Lorax, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Friends out there, thank you for tuning in to this broadcast of Snow Desk, the show from the snow. And now, Kristen, Lydia, and I would love to answer questions.
I'm so excited.
And you know, we would be so excited to hear where you're tuning in from.
Yeah.
So let us know. Take a picture of where you're tuning in from and hashtag SnowDesk2020.
Yep.
I want to know where all of our friends are.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we would love to give you a shout out.
Yeah, we'll give you a shout out. Maybe if we're like really good, we can figure out a national park.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is going to be a good test for us.
I don't want to commit to that.
I don't want to commit to that
could
either.
get tough,
That
but
could-
maybe. Yeah, remember all those different social media platforms where you can submit your questions, hashtag us, show us pictures, tell us where you are.
Yeah.
And we have some awesome tech rangers on behind the scenes.
Should we show everyone in the world, in the United States, who our tech rangers are?
Yes.
Yeah.
because they're making the magic happen.
They are.
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And,
We're just hanging out here
I
sitting
think
down.
We have even a little bit of a live audience of some of our other.
Oh, we
National
do. We
Park
probably
friends.
do. Yeah.
So
Oh.
you can see them hard at work. Look at all that cool technology.
Yeah,
I
look at
don't
all those
know.
smiling faces.
There's like buttons and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I have no idea what the buttons
They're
do.
really good.
Wow.
Okay, so they are going to be the ones finding your questions
Yeah.
And telling us your questions.
Yeah.
And we'll do our best to answer.
Ooh. Oh.
Excellent. Okay.
So I'll ask you the question and where they're from, and then you
Okay.
can answer. Okay.
Perfect.
So from St. George's 4th grade class,
Yes.
they want to know,
Uh-huh.
how long did it take us to build this desk?
Oh, great question.
Hi, 4th graders.
Hi, fourth graders. Thanks for that great question.
That's a good question.
Because it is not something you see every day.
Yeah.
And I think our tech rangers are going to show you a time lapse. This is from a couple years ago,
It is.
actually. So not this year, but it's the same general process. It's a quick time lapse of, it usually takes us about a half a day to do the initial construction of
Yeah.
Snowdesk. And this is sped up into like a minute and a half. So you can see what it takes to build Snowdesk. We kind of pile it all up and then we stomp it all down. And then we pile up some more and we stomp that down and then we carve it out. We carve a bench out of snow. We kind of carve some stairs and stuff so we can get up here. So
Yeah.
it takes about a half a day, sometimes with a little carving the next day. And, there's a handful of us that
Yeah.
all work on it together. We like to call it a team building exercise.
I mean, it's a great team building exercise. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, awesome. Ooh, snow chairs or regular chairs?
Yeah. We are actually sitting on a snow bench.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be sweet to make chairs, but I don't think we're that good yet.
Yeah.
One day. I think whoever sent that question in, if you want to come over and help us, that would
help
be
us
great.
sculpt a chair.
Yeah.
That'd be great. But it's like a smaller version
Of the snow
of
desk.
Snowdesk
Yeah.
as a bench. Should we show them a secret though?
We should probably give them a secret. Yeah.
Here's the thing, because we're sitting on snow and it's like 0 or whatever.
It's actually
it is,
colder
right?
than 0.
We are sitting in sleeping bags
So you can see this.
on sleeping pads,
Yeah.
so that our
Bottoms don't get
bottoms
frozen
are not
off.
frozen.
But you wouldn't have
Yeah.
known unless we showed you.
Great question. What else we got?
Ooh, what's the hardest part of winter season?
Well, okay,
Oh,
I
wow.
don't know.
Where do we start?
For me personally, I think the hardest. Well, I can think of two things.
Okay, I'm ready.
We talked about how winter can be like 6-8 months of
yeah,
the year.
yeah.
The hardest part for me is when it's like early April, and it is like straight up still winter here, and everywhere else in the country pretty much is
Like our friends in Washington, like
Yes.
DC and
Yes.
New York and Pennsylvania.
They're like, look at the cherry blossoms, look at the green grass, look at my daffodils.
And this is my face.
blooming." And that's our face. So that's the hardest part for me. I love winter. I don't care if it's -20. I don't care if we have 6 feet of snow. But when it's April, I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
And we're not done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually would agree with you a lot on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I am down with -20, -30,
Bring it.
-37, because it was -37 yesterday morning.
Yes.
I'm
in
okay with
some part of
that.
the park, yeah.
And this is going to be the most Wyoming thing I ever say. But once it gets like colder than -10, it kind of feels the same.
Yeah.
You can't really tell the difference.
Maybe that's not true if it's -63. But
Okay,
we've
fair.
Not experienced
We've
that
not experienced
personally.
that. Yeah. So that's cold. You know what the other hard part about winter is? That I love the snow,
Mhm.
but the shoveling
Mhm.
is maybe not my favorite.
Oh, yeah, that gets old.
Yeah. So like, if anyone wants to come shovel, that would be great.
Come on.
Come
down.
on down. We've been shoveling since October, so. But I have some really cool muscles.
Yeah, it makes you strong.
It does make you strong. Okay, so
something.
Kristen, what's the temperature right now?
It is 8 degrees at
I'm
this
gonna-
exact moment. in
I'm
time.
gonna say it feels like a lie, but okay.
I know. I am skeptical that
I
it's
am-
8 degrees
I'm very skeptical
because
of
I'm
that.
trying to smile, but I can't feel my cheeks.
I can't feel my nose. It's fine. I can't tell what my mouth is
So
doing.
it is somewhere between -5 and 8.
It's somewhere between cold and cold. We're so funny.
Oh, okay. So the alternative, Melanie.
Yeah, uh-huh.
What is our favorite part of being in Grand Teton in the winter?
Can I just like turn around and look at the mountains? Ta-da!
Ta-da! That is it.
Yeah, I mean, so
that.
it's beautiful.
That's our favorite
I
part.
mean, December is beautiful,
Uh-huh.
but
Yes,
the
it is.
mountains with the snow is
Uh-huh.
magical.
And look at that bright blue sky. Like you don't
The
see that
contrast,
many places at many times of
it
the
is
year.
literally on point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's,
And there are brave people that go up into those mountains and do some skiing
Good
and
for
really
them.
enjoy that.
I'm really happy for them.
In the winter, I like to enjoy the mountains from right here.
Yeah, no, this is my favorite. Yeah.
I will ski, but I like to ski like here, not like up there.
I'm a
um,
flat skier. I'm
But
not
my
an
gosh,
upskill.
it's all sparkly and beautiful.
Ugh.
It's
Oh,
wonderful.
I don't know if our tech rangers can do this. And I'm trying to
Ooh.
find a tree. But my other favorite part about winter.
Yes, is when the trees sparkle.
Yeah, okay, when the trees sparkle.
We're
So
asking
sometimes
a
it
lot
gets
of them.
so cold and there's so much snow that the trees sparkle.
Yeah, it's like the moisture in the air is freezing to the trees.
Yes.
Is like the general way to describe that. It's not totally happening right now because the sun is
Hitting.
shining.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's really,
It's beautiful.
really
Oh,
beautiful.
thanks
Yeah.
for reminding us that we love winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kristen, what's your favorite part of your job?
Oh, where do I even begin? I think so. We just already talked about how we get to live in a beautiful place.
Yeah.
So that aside,
Yeah.
I love that I get to talk to people from all
Ooh.
over the country, all over the world.
Yeah.
In the winter, I'm talking to a lot of students, either through platforms like this, or when they come here on a field trip, or I go to their classroom, which is super cool. So I love talking to them. And then in the summer, we definitely get millions of people that come from all over the world, and I get to help them enjoy their visit and learn about the park while they're here. And I just feel so lucky to be able to share this place with them.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna cough.
Are you okay?
Yep. It's fine. I can't feel it in my face. I would say I would agree. Besides us living in a beautiful place,
Mm-hmm.
the students that we get to talk to and the visitors, I'm gonna cough again. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I actually get to work with college students, which is pretty neat,
Yep.
and get them connected to national parks,
Mm-hmm.
and not just here, but in their hometowns, which is pretty nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Changing lives.
Yeah, that's that's just what we do
Just
from
to
9 to
sum
5.
it up.
It's fine.
Changing lives. Ooh, do we ever stop being in awe of the mountains?
So Kristen and I live in the park, which is very lovely.
Mm-hmm.
And every morning, this is just what I do. So every morning when I leave my house, I am walking away from the mountains towards where we work, our office. And every morning I turn around to just like take in the mountains because they are just so gorgeous, no matter
Wow.
what time of day it is. Whether
Really,
the
I'm
sun
gonna
is
cry.
Oh yeah,
That's beautiful.
it's just so pretty.
Yes.
So
And they look different, right?
they
like,
do.
Like
yeah.
there's some days where I'm like, oh, the mountains are really beautiful. And then there's other days where literally I like stop and I'm like, whoa, like look at the sunrise right now, or look at the way the
Yeah.
light is hitting whatever
Yeah.
peak right now, or the way that cloud is hanging on that peak. And
Yeah.
So they change enough that
It keeps it interesting every day. Yeah.
you never get tired of that.
Yeah, I mean, look at it.
Look at all those beautiful shots of mountains.
Yeah, everyone out there should definitely come visit us. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Come take a look at the mountains with us. Just check it out.
Take it in. Awesome.
Ooh. Where in the park are we broadcasting from?
Yeah, so we are currently in Moose. If you have been here before or have looked at a map of the park, it's the southern-ish
Yeah.
part of the park, not all the way in the very south, but we are kind of near to the area where like the visitor center and headquarters are, in right by Moose Junction.
Yeah.
And fun fact, in the winter, if you go a few miles up, so we're on near Teton Park Road.
Yeah.
If you were to continue up Teton Park Road another 3 miles, you would find a closed road.
Yeah.
So some of the roads here are open year round, and some are actually closed because of the amount of snow that is there.
Yeah, you can see a photo of Craig Thomas.
Yeah, that's the Discovery and Visitor Center.
Oh, sorry. Yep, I should be more clear. Because that is a human.
And that is the building that we are closest to, and it is not open right now, not open to the public right now, but it is open in the summer. So if you visited here before, there's a good chance you've been in that building.
Or you've seen this actually where we are.
Yes.
Because you've watched a movie from, the park movie. That's another hint of where we are.
Or, I mean, we're also just out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh,
last question, Millie.
yeah.
How do they become park rangers?
That is an amazing question. All right, buckle up, everyone. No. First, if you are super excited about becoming a park ranger, you should go into a national park or national site, national monument, and just ask around like what is going on, what kind of jobs there are, maybe even ask if you can volunteer, because that is a great way to just get to know a little bit more of the Park Service. So there are jobs for literally anyone in the national park. So Kristen and I are interpreters, so we are educators. There's also law enforcement rangers and EMTs and biologists and cultural resources staff, and we have HR specialists. So there's a wide variety of job opportunities that you can have or take. And in order to become a park ranger, you probably should choose one of those many paths, or, just try some of them out by volunteering or interning. And there are many organizations that you can intern with. And so you learn a little bit more about that, but the way to become a park ranger, so after you have a little bit of experience or you know what path you want to go on, you have to go to usajobs.gov and apply for positions there. And if you need any help or assistance, you should email us, because we would love to, help you out on your process of becoming a park ranger. But, our paths are a little bit different always. So I actually hear that you didn't actually start as a park ranger. Is that true?
I did not. I mean, I was not born a park ranger. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
No, I started as an intern here in Grand Teton National Park when I started my path. And so, it was similar to the job that I do now, but I was paid by a different organization. And it kind of got my foot in the door, got me some experience. And then I did the seasonal park ranger thing for a while. Yeah. So a lot of people do that because this park's a lot busier in the summer than it is in the winter.
Sure
so we
is.
need more people, and that's true for a lot of parks. So I did the seasonal thing for a while, and then eventually I got a year-round job. Yeah.
And what do you have your degree in?
Ooh, great question. Natural resources and environmental interpretation.
Wow.
That's pretty specific to here.
Yeah.
Or to this job. That's not true for you, right?
That is not true for me at all. Yeah. Do you want to shout out your university while we're at it?
Oh, yeah. I went to Ball State University College of Natural Resources.
Well, where'd it go? Yeah, no, I had no idea I was going to become a park ranger. So I have a bachelor's in economics, which I use every day.
No doubt.
And so I actually graduated from the State University of New York at Albany, and I didn't know I was going to become a park ranger. And somewhere in there, I was like, oh, I should probably do something. I want to be outside. And I actually got an internship in a park that we haven't talked about, which, might be fine. We can forget it. It's called Yellowstone National Park.
Oh, yeah. Our neighbors to the north.
Our neighbors to the north.
People have heard of them.
Yeah, whatever. First National Park, blah, blah, blah. So I interned there. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful place. You should visit for sure. I interned there, and then I became a park ranger here. So I was actually not thinking about becoming a park ranger at all.
Didn't you do trail crew type stuff for a little bit?
I did. Yeah, I was on the trail crew for a little bit, and then I eventually became an educator. So Yeah,
So
try
many
stuff
paths.
out. Yeah, so many paths for you to go and, try out.
Yeah.
Become a park ranger.
Yeah.
Or actually, just go become a junior ranger.
Yeah. Start there.
Start there.
Start there as a junior ranger. Any national park will
Get
give
crazy.
you that opportunity.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think that is all the time we have for questions today. We will be doing a similar type of broadcast next Friday, so you can stay tuned on our social media channels to learn about that. But we would love to thank you for tuning in to this broadcast of Snow Desk, the show from the snow in Grand Teton National Park. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.